Hello, hello, and welcome back to Pathologic Classic. Last time a bunch of shit went down, but of note, we have gotten an infected heart to Ruben, and he is working on a vaccine. Second off, because of Artemis' fuck up, we now have arsonists in the town, lobbing around, well, Molotovs. Third off, and we'll probably see it soon, a new form of plague cloud is beginning to spawn, and, to say the least, it's a bit of a bitch. But, right now, all we can do is talk to Big Vlad because the current quest we have here, cannot be completed until 2200 tonight. So, that'll be the last quest of the day, dealing with the hump man who sent out these arsonists. Oh yeah, combustible fluids dropped by the arsonists go for 1, so crowbars are still better. I'll take, 1 thing of meat. There. Thank you, sir. I think combustible fluids also go to the teenager for the usual ones. Yeah, once, we've talked to Big Vlad, I will just, well, I'll just sleep at the old Gimski's until 8. And of course there's rats. The rifle is a gun, so it's gonna scare them off. Oh, this is the special plague cloud. They chase you. Yeah, they do 2 cycles of chasing, which is exactly as obnoxious as it sounds. Alright, other things for today. Andre Stomatin is in danger, and the atrium, the mouth, and the Tanner's district are burnt out, while the spleen, the gut, the warehouses, and the Skinners are infected. Including with the Skinners, a little bit of the termitary. Just the pathway up there, though. Ugh. Let's take out this. Fuck. I think I have 1 last bullet, yeah. Kill this guy, take his money, and then call that a night for combat. Arsonists don't drop as good, trading items, as you've no doubt seen, but, they also drop a lot more money than beggars, so that's a consideration. Also, I hope you like this contorted, Knots music, because it's all you're gonna be hearing today, because a lot of the Knots is infected, and we have things to do here. Please move out of the way. Gotta just worm around this guy to get past the cloud. Again, some of these cloud placements are incredibly dickish. Weasel your way around.
Lucky people are bad hands at correcting their faults. They always believe that they're right when fortune backs up their vice.
So, Bachelor, I have some news for you. The bad and, well, you know, all news is bad these days. I am listening. The Inquisitor whom the powers that be have sent to resolve supposedly hopeless situation is Karminski, the hanging judge. The man whose lips and nails are always wet with blood. You know him better than I do, though. What was the good news then? Or was that it? That was the bad one. Here's the good news. He's willing to respect your decision. Find the carrier for him, and Karminski will declare you the person who has done his job. Oh, really? As far as I know, an Inquisitor would never pass an opportunity to put another victory on their record. Competition. Well, as of now, he's in good graces of the powers that be, so he can afford to do that. Besides, as you're probably well aware, the Inquisitors have very strict internal code of honor. They'd never conceal the truth. That would equal death to them. Yeah, I know that.
So you need to catch the girl, or to come to the Inquisitor with the shield, so to speak. Or is it a girl, eh?
You speak very quietly, sir. Do you know the arsonists are planning to attack the termitary? Let them plan. I hope they'll do without me wishing them good luck. Don't you want to stop them? Even if they had catapults, they wouldn't be able to damage these walls. The termitary can withstand straight line artillery bombardment. Well, what if they get inside? They'll regret it bitterly, for goodness sake. Why don't you get back to looking for the carrier, Doctor? If we figure out who the bitch is, tomorrow you will leave the town a winner, and the Inquisitor will take the townsfolk's lives into his skilled hands, including the lives of the termitary inhabitants. What you're saying is you're planning to do exactly nothing, am I correct? I won't move a finger, and what could I possibly undertake? Only servants, mercenaries, and household members who still have the courage and the strength to meddle with this sort of affairs. Well, some of them are dead, others have joined the bandits. Bandits! This is new. My household is not the only source of those. The Kane's fellows have started a gang too. They're mugging marauders. Despair is making everyone grab their knife. Fighting each other already. Is that so? Yep, so we're gonna have to deal with the hunchback ourselves. At least, Vlad the Younger offered a sizable reward for this action. And with how much these quests are draining me of my money, I'll take it.
Father has been avoiding me lately. Strange.
Do you remember the young woman lynched on the day of your arrival in the bone steak lot? Yeah, quite vividly. She rarely appeared in public. People used to believe her house was haunted. When the captors dragged her out of the light and asked anyone to confirm whether they knew this person, and whether she was a human being at all, her neighbors preferred to remain silent. Why? Maladjusted people are rarely accepted. They're often hated because they disregard the society. I do not think it was about hatred. Those who knew for certain that she had lived next to them for many years were filled with hope at that moment. What if she really was just a step ghost, a Mara, a bloodsucker? Then everything would go back to normal in their simple heads. The order of things would be restored. Uncertainty is scarier than the most terrifying execution. You're a very smart young lady. Well, today the story is going to repeat itself. This time the victim will be chosen more thoroughly. There's a lot of evidence, but I cannot believe that the carrier simply walks among us. I do not want to see either you or my father become petty butchers. He'll ask you for help. Would you accept my advice? I will. Pretend that you have agreed to help him. You'll be required to check their blood samples, and give the go-ahead to the execution if any of them bears semblance to the Gulp of Shabnak. I don't believe you'll find similarities, but if you somehow do not rush to announce it. Alright, I'll consult you first. Sounds like flavor text for today's quest. But nothing we can do about that. Not yet, at least. I'm gonna head back out and grab some painkillers for a rest. Prices should be down today, so now let's check. Oh no, prices rose. Oh fucking hell, they rose. Oh boy. Well, now I can use bandages for the health then. Oh yeah, I want to show something. This is a mechanic that not many people know about.
They say a plague bearer got into the cathedral. Everyone who was there died. Is that true?
Clicking on their portraits, you can see the photographs up close, and some hearsay from some of the townsfolk. I'm not sure how much of these I want to read through, but if you're interested, they're here. Maria's taken her. Oh, I admire Capella. Khan and she hold absolute power over the minds of the children. However, my surly brother is delicate and spiteful. While Capella is smart and gentle, Khan lures them in with the liberty to do whatever they will. Capella does so with love. I'd be glad to see her become the White Mistress. And Vlad the Younger says, Capella is to the children what Maria is to us. Whenever she appears, children go crazy, as if they were given an adrenaline shot right to the heart. The only thing that confuses me is the promise of a new life that she tries to harness into their heads. She claims to be a priestess, but what gave her the right? Her mother's blood? No, she will not grow to be a mistress. The fire starters are planning to attack the termitary. Did you know that? Well, why? They want to burn out the infection. They believe it's where it's crawling from. You can hear most horrible rumors about the termitary these days, and my father doesn't even want to move a finger. He could probably take advantage of the arson if someone was to set the termitary on fire. Do not say so. Oh, I really, really want to believe that father has nothing to do with this terrible plan. How did you find out about it? My brother somehow did. Seems to care, truly. He's dying to stop them personally, but he doesn't yet know how. I only hope there will be no dying. I have talked to him already. Alright, let's get on to the day portion. $151 infected, 123 died, 25 gone missing, death toll 783. Day 6, in which the Bachelor is offered several possible sources of the infection to choose at his discretion. For now, let's take down our infection, get our health back up,
There's
eat some meat.
a peculiar smell on the outside. What is this?
It's called plague, mistress. Do we have any letters? Victor Kane. Troubling news, Bachelor. An accident of disastrous proportion has taken place at the cathedral. At least 1,000 people have died. The town is ripe for another murderous witch hunt. Please come and see me as soon as possible. And what do the powers that be have to say for day 5? And so the microbe was captured. The formula for the vaccine has been discovered. Judging by the reports we have received, this is the keystone of your strategy to halt the outbreak. However, if you would allow us to remind you the conditions of our agreement, your strategy should also accomplish the final goal, which is to reveal the source of the disease and destroy it, to make re-emergence of the epidemic impossible. You gave your word that you will wipe the disease from the face of the earth, and this is something we would like to count on. Even more so since investigation of the carrier hypothesis suggests that the outbreak was a matter of contingency. We approve of the direction your investigation has taken. Everything seems to be in line with the expectations we had for you. The only circumstance we find regrettable is that you did not manage to destroy the creature earlier. We hope you will deal with the source of the infection tomorrow. After it is done, you should report your success to the Inquisitor and return to the capital. Back at the Thanatica laboratory, you will find a special decree permitting you to proceed with your private studies, as well as equity to provide for whatever research costs you may incur. Well, seems like finding the first patient, or just what... I guess we're searching for the Shabnak today. Hoping that a Shabnak could exist. Anyways, let's head to Victor and trade with anybody we find around, because tonight's encounter will probably need quite a lot of bullets. And I'd rather not be running around unarmed, trying to slice at a arsonist. The last thing you want to do is get close to arsonists, because they can also... the ranged arc of their Molotov bottles, it depends on your position. And if you're up close to them, they can just toss it at their feet and get you with the splash. And they don't take any damage because jank. You know, classic. So yeah, I'm gonna want a rifle bullet. A couple of them for tonight. But that is for later. We have other matters right now. Speaking of knives, I could get another one. Or I could use another one. Having melee just in case never hurts. It's just one slot of inventory. Speaking of inventory, there are limits. It doesn't go on forever. My misc items are actually getting pretty piled up, because there's some items I don't use as much. I also have to get rid of that key, because it's useless. I don't think the children are out. I think they come relatively soon this morning, but not right now. Gives us perfect time to loot before we get into the meat of today's trading, which as usual I think will be... yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on ammunition. I think we're good on antibiotics and stuff of that matter. You see me flash up the main menu, it's usually because I'm changing the music before a tick does. Because I prefer listening to this song than the slowed down Knots track. Plus it should be playing anyways, so might as well get the dressing up. We haven't spoken to Gerd Gay in a long while. We haven't even met Peter. I said I wanted to meet him the last day, but kinda fell through. Definitely I'll have my sights on talking to him today.
It's like something is pulling my strings.
So yesterday you managed to capture this disease. Or so I've heard, anyways. The town is abuzz with horrifying rumors of people being dissected alive. Obviously, I don't believe those. The more dangerous kinds of rumors are, it turns out, those about you acquiring a sample of infected blood. Quite so. The bacterium has been caught and encased in glass. I didn't do it on my own, though. I had help. More importantly, they say that you are now able to track down the shape-shifting disease carrier, comparing their blood to the sample you obtained yesterday. They are one of the if they are one of the townsfolk, it can't be that hard to recognize them. That is true. This is a witch hunt in the making. As if dim-witted blackguards murdering women in the street wasn't enough. Seems that our governor is now inclined to extend his greedy reach towards the town's notable people. Several young women stand accused after the cathedral business. What happened at the cathedral? A disease carrier got into the cathedral last night. Everybody inside perished. Yes, making it past your impregnable quarantine. Human or spirit, it's very clear now that this is an individual who can walk and is probably quite malicious. Many people are reveling in this particular certainty. How so? An Inquisitor arrives tomorrow. It seems to me that someone wants to dispose of several young women before his coming. Presently, the sword of justice hangs suspended above Yulia and Lara. They have been arrested on Saburov's authority, but Vlad Olgimsky hasn't been idle either. If the girls survive until tomorrow, the Inquisitor will establish the truth, but someone is eager to get ahead of him. What does Olgimsky have to do with this? Olgimsky's claim that they can prove the girl's innocence. Perhaps they already know who the real culprit is. Somehow I have no doubt about that. I have heard the criminal is being kept inside the termitary. I see. Talk to Olgimsky. Interesting. So, let's see the cathedral for ourselves if something went so terribly wrong. There's been a horrible tragedy, Bachelor. The disease has found its way into the cathedral. How did it happen? At first, we didn't quite realize what happened. When the screaming began, we were in no hurry to open the door. When it became apparent that something horrible was happening inside, and when the banging on the doors began, we knew that the isolation ward had succumbed to the same fate as the termitary. Damn it. The overseers saw it fit to keep the doors locked for now. The agony lasted for about an hour. The place was chock full of people. Why was their death so fast? It wasn't. They did not die. They were simply unable to move anymore. Those who were still capable of walking had been transported to the theater. Hospital. The feverish ones remained here. The overseers took care of them, taking the dead to the earth. They think it's their fault, but the casualty rate is almost absolute. This needs to be investigated. Get on it right now. I, for one, do not believe that cathedral girl was a Mara. I think her intentions were good. They ran out of food and water by that time. She must have been trying to feed the weakest. Perhaps there was something on her clothes, or perhaps it wasn't her at all. What cathedral girl? Some girl or lady infiltrated the cathedral at night. I've heard people say that she descended from above, but I think she must have slipped through the entrance, having tricked the guards, I mean. Poor thing must have been so scared. And see how that turned out. And how did it? Haven't you been told, Doctor? Hurry up then. Perhaps there's still a chance that you might save someone. They've all died during the night, and those who haven't are passing on now. Perhaps you can still do something. Perhaps there is one remedy for that. Dirty lies, all of it. Let me tell you, that salty liquid was neither water nor tears. The foul man-eater sprinkled people's lips with blood, that's what she did. Nokken told me that in the age of the blind Auroch skin, there used to be a rite that worked just like that. What do you mean? Blood. I'm talking about blood. We obviously have to find her now. How hard is that to grasp? More man-eater hunting? Well, it's a very lackluster hunt, considering the culprit already found. The cathedral guards were bribed by one of the ladies of particular notoriety, so it was she that did the whole thing. That's clear as day. Crept into the cathedral naked, with just a cloak on, and sprayed the beds with fat rat blood. That was her plan, that the half-awake people wouldn't be able to recognize what's going on in their sleepy confusion. What happened here? It happened at night. They woke up in the morning to find out that there were only two types of people in the cathedral. The dead and the soon-to-be. Tried to force the doors, both the lucky and the not-so-much, but no can do. No authorized exit. And here you go, 500 stiffs. Thankfully, at least none of our guys were inside when that happened, those dumbheads. Watch your tongue, you brat. Man, oh man, thank God my mom and I never went into that nailed coffin. Auntie almost talked us into it. Can you believe that? What coffin? Last night, Ava fed salt water to the people in the cathedral. Everyone who drank it died. Those who didn't got infected and died too. And those who tried to escape the place and run away weren't allowed to because it's forbidden. Ava. Or Yulia. Oh, Niall, it's either Anna or Lara. Some lady that was allowed in the cathedral. How do you know that? Wouldn't you like to know? Ask around if you're so smart. Well, no point in talking to you. She was offering something to drink, that I am certain of. There was no water, so they accepted hers. Well, whatever she was cupping in her hands, she must have accidentally grabbed putrid water. I bet there was no foul intent. What are you talking about? The girl, she took pity on the cathedral sods, sneaked in to get him, and gave them something to drink. I mean, they were crammed together in darkness. It must have been torture. What girl? It's our business who or what that girl is. You're the guy in charge, so 'tis up to you. I ain't no girl judge. Figure that one out yourself. But she was nice, a kind spirit. Well, what was she doing in the cathedral? Haven't you heard? What the hell are you doing here then? Go there! I'm not gonna retell someone else's tale to you. 'Tis a disaster, Doc. On the other hand, 'tis not a doctor they need right now, but an undertaker. I've heard already. Have you already been informed about the situation? I have. Today is the day when we finally kill her. Wherever she is, Mara, Lara, or my own sister, it's time to put an end to her feast. Enough, we've already had one witch hunt. Oh, whoops. That was a blind hunt, but now there are all kinds of signs and assorted signals. I've always known there's an evil spirit walking among us. Someone simply has to be guilty. All we have to do is kill the guilty person, and it will be all fine. Nonsense. So, once again, we have failed to save anybody. The quarantine has failed. The cathedral just led to even more death. Witch hunt is our main quest. Huh. I need to talk to Subrov, apparently. Who else? Or is anybody else mentioned in the quest log? Yeah, I guess it's Subrov we have to get to. And I'm going to ignore the arsonist whenever I can, because I can't use, yeah, I'm a bit defenseless right now. Got a note. fiddling with my keys. Right, it's here. Maria Kayana's caution. I must warn you while I still can. Later today, the governor is going to play a disgusting maneuver in which you are assigned the role of a hanging judge. Be on your guard. Do not let them seduce you with whatever tempting defendants they will parade before you. They are innocent of this, I have no doubt. I will tell you the details the moment I see you. Is this alright? Yeah, we're right here, so let's go see Maria. What's going on?
Those whom you save will speak for themselves.
Tomorrow, everything will change. Is something bothering you? I feel a powerful surge of life force. Strange. Expected to be overcome with it on the first day when Simon died, but it's only happening now. Time to begin. What are you talking about? Nothing of importance. I love seeing how unexpectedly peculiarly whatever, and precisely every omen, prediction, and foretelling comes true. It's time for me to begin fulfilling my duty. Seems like my time has come, Bachelor Dankovsky. What are you going to do? Oh, I don't know yet. I'll become a parent soon. For now, I want to stay alone. I'll be sleeping. I want to dream about Mother and Simon. I want to ask them questions. Sleep.
Oh, Mother.
Fascinating. I guess. You do that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you about, Sabirov and what you should look out for today. Okay. Actually, let me tell you about my life force. Okay? Thank you for wasting my time, Maria. You're a godsend as usual. Although, if her claims of being a mistress and the powers that come with such are true, then that isn't as much of a waste as I'd like to write it off as. But for now, I do not know better, and I'm about to be sniped by a knife. Can you leave me alone? I just want my pins. Fucking stellar. And the rat bit me, and now there's a... This game is fucking chaos. Where did we last quick save? Oh. Yep. So, splitting the recording already. That's great. Maybe I shouldn't have played Ring Around the Rosie with the bandits. But I also didn't expect to walk into a rat and an arsonist that quickly. Or to get, sniped point blank by a mugger. See you guys then. Alright, here we are back again. I'm going to despawn everything out there so I can loot the bins. Oh yeah. Yeah, getting struck by those flying knives. It's pretty insane. You'll always want to avoid, getting struck by those just because of how much damage they do. And we've got a rat on us, and there's an arsonist over there. We'll have to duck into another house. Get this stupid rat off me. Look at him go. Oh yeah, here's another dickish cloud placement. At the top of the stairs. Hello, please ignore me. Alright. Younger. Several women. So let's talk to old Gimsky and Suburov. Don't walk into a plague cloud, though. This is a nice shot. Fortunately, I still think it's too early to find children out and about, so I'm just gonna have to bear it for the moment. Let's head through here, back into the gut. I should also keep in mind to quick save a lot more, because I don't do it because it has that little lag spike, which probably isn't good to look at. Plus it repeats some sounds, like the getting notes. Oh, fucking hell, don't hit me, Plague Cloud. But if it's gonna set me back that hard, and I have to go into, like, stitch recordings together, which is just another 4 hours in Sony Vegas, I should just be quick saving as much as I can.
The girl is fine, but the boy's unbearable.
Do you know what happened at the cathedral? Yes, Sabrov insists it could have been either Lara or Yulia. I'm sure both are innocent, though. Either Helena Angel or a criminal harborer called Espiti must be the culprit. Am I wrong in assuming you must be familiar with both of those ladies? Well, what makes you think so? We have sufficient proof that warrants examination. One of them is a carrier, the man-eater that Gjordge's men were hopelessly looking for on the very first day. However brilliant your discovery was, it made them give up on the hunt erroneously. So I've made a mistake. Is that what you're saying? Pray pardon me. Instead of connecting two glaring facts and realizing two enemies are indeed one, you're too rash to consider them two different entities. You probably thought that a murderous man-eater and a lethal disease are mutually exclusive. After what happened at the termitary, I'd rather accuse you and not these women of cannibalism. Careful, Bachelor. My teeth are sharp, too. I know the law. The powers that be hold your life in the palm of their hands. The one who caused the catastrophe to slip away due to your actions. Oh my goodness, I do not envy you. I see. Go ahead and lynch the beauties yourself, kind sir. I want no part of this. We have been informed that one of them visited the termitary 2 days prior to your arrival. Do examine them, Denkovsky. Look deeply into their blood. You're the only one who can tell a human from a creature. Point at the offender and the rest will live. And I'll do just that. We also got a slip. Banana and Aspity yesterday, everything come to light. So you gotta see Vlad, Aspity, and Suburov. Go to Suburov first to hear what he says about the other two women. Please, sir, let me slip. Oh, nice. He was so distracted by a helpless woman that he let me through. I'll skip over Anna's on the first loop, and then when I'm tracking back down, I'll come and see her. And more of these districts are all walled up, yet healthy again. Whew. plague was never supposed to get this bad. Trying our hardest. I suppose our hardest isn't enough. Hardest isn't enough, and our best isn't enough. I suppose we just have to keep following leads until we can find a solution to all of this. Until then, I'm going to despawn rats. Right, the Skinner's is on fire again. The place I was infected on the third day is reinfected. Even with all of its barricades, couldn't stop the plague.
Who knows what the creature that lives under the theatre is? I don't like rumors that have to do with my wife.
Do you already know what happened in the cathedral? Yes, I do. Tragic, but at least it makes our jobs easier. The man-eater rumors turned out to be true. If we can catch her, things will get better. I don't want to believe that's Lara or Yulia, but the evidence is too obvious to just let them walk, isn't it? Did you order to arrest Lara and Yulia? I am going to. If we fail to establish which one of the two it was, both are going to the dungeons to wait for the Inquisitor's arrival. And on what grounds? Most solid. Items belonging to them were found inside the cathedral. Lara was even identified. Those few who were still able to speak mentioned her name. Lara? Or was it Clara, maybe? Whatever shape this man-eater takes, I will unmask her. The anonymous person who bailed out the murderous criminals and emptied the jail yesterday, that too was a woman. She came there twice, and the disease broke out in the left wing of the jail after her first visit. Why do you think it was one of the young women in question? Who else could have bailed them out? Don't be so quick to accuse the young ladies. Now we have to investigate all four. Lara, Yulia, Anna, and Aspity. Only two we aren't looking into are Clara, the Devotress, and or Changeling, and what's the other one? Don't hit me. Good. And what's her face? Eva Yan, yeah. So, our map. Guess it makes sense to go, well, let's do it like this. Yulia, Lara, Anna, then Aspity. See how that goes. Somehow, though, I suspect that absolutely none of them have anything to do with this. Just yet another red herring. But if that is what is requested, leave no stones unturned. I horribly butchered that phrase. Excuse me. You guys don't mind if I lead a rat into the chine, do you? Good pals, you see. Also, would you happen to have powders? No, you would not. Rat. Rat. You see a rat. I could use a bandage before I despawn everyone. Speak up. Who is spreading the infection? Look me in the eye. I swear on my soul's salvation it wasn't me. Not my fault. You know, it's a man-eater, a shabnak, a creature of feminine gender. Do you see any, lady parts on this person? Hey, and so I plead not guilty. So you're claiming innocence, my dear wretch? No one suspects you, idiot. Right. I think we have the man-eater right here. Too bad we don't have any bullets to kill it with. Which is to say that the plague can be shot with a bullet.
It's so
Ridiculous.
lonely here.
Yesterday, I finally saw the murderer. A very unpleasant sight. Oh, is that so? Why don't you tell me more? Fucking hell, Bachelor. Could have been... It could have been worse. What we're dealing with is a bacterium of a very distinct type. Well, I have to admit, I've never seen anything like it. It propagates extremely quickly. It's truly unbelievable. However, I have a theory already. I also already have it, and am doomed to die. What kind of theory? A bacterium of this kind could only emerge in a very specific environment, so I suspect that all cases we're dealing with have to have a common source. I so much hope it's true. If the source of infection is eradicated, the outbreak will cease. And why? The bacteria that have already escaped into the open will expire very soon. They can't survive without living blood, and whenever they find blood, they immediately deplete it, consequently perish like fish out of water. Well, this leads us to a very simple conclusion. Find the guilty party and burn them. Then the age of blissful serenity will come down upon us. If only it was so simple.
People die scurrying from their homes. The town is in agony. There's panic on the streets. Here's your causa mortis.
Yulia, you stand accused of a crime. Sabirov wants to publicly announce that it was you who visited the cathedral. Does he now? So these are the consequences of yesterday's conversation. A domino effect, no less. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company, then? Did you come to see me as a friend? Or in your, shall we say, official capacity? I've always been your friend, Yulia. What makes you ask something like this? I know they have found something that belongs to me in the cathedral. Let us see. A white scarf made of silk, a set of silver earrings with tiny emeralds in them, a gold ring made in the shape of a squirrel biting its tail, a pair of mittens, and a Turin flask adorned with a crude engraving of me. Is this all? How did your belongings find their way into the cathedral, Yulia? I gave these trinkets to someone whom I believe is believed to be innocent, at least. This is what my calculation suggests. However, you have mentioned Sabirov. He does not quite gel. Could it be a case of split personality? Tell me the name, at least I'll be able to ask this person a few questions. I'd like you to promise me that the person in question will not suffer your anger, instinctive anger, considerate fury. There are no good advisors on the matter. It's a very complicated case, you see, no matter how tempting the most obvious conclusion may be. Yes, I give you my word of honor. Her name is Clara. She is a little girl with quite a few peculiar thoughts to play with. Oh, a curious definition. Assume you know her well, and have had the time to grow fond of her. They say she's a gifted hypnotist. They do say that, don't they? Though I feel more amused by something else. The rumors of a semi-transparent witch are obvious nonsense, but then again, how did it get into the cathedral? You inspected everything inside, did you not? The building was hardly prone to an intrusion like this. Not a single person died there in 2 days. I didn't examine it No, I did. Yes, the building was almost watertight. This cathedral is damned, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. You're... I'm so sorry. Your project required a miracle to bear fruit. Yet no miracle would ever happen within this empty shell of a temple. Everything that has transpired was to be expected. The cathedral was breached because there was no possibility it wouldn't happen. These circumstances were ushered in by causes of a higher order. Still, show me your hand, please. And we have her blood for, testing. I'm just gonna drop the key here. We're probably gonna need 4 to 5 things of blood by the end of this, so... yeah. We're gonna need space in our others tab. Items I'm willing to drop are... the hook, the combustible fluid, and I think that should do us. Maybe an empty bottle, because we have plenty of water right now. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with this snakeskin suit. If you hate me for that joke, I hate myself too. I am willing to spend that much. Need the extra protection nowadays. Well, the razor is pretty nice with the jacked up prices. Let's talk to this little boy first, however. Yeah. This is a good trade. And I'll give you a walnut for the rifle ammo. Thank you. How much can I sell a razor off for today? $220. Yep, I'm gonna do that. It's pretty good. And up next, Lara Reval.
My heartbeat is uneven. I am sick at heart.
Is there anything I could do to be of help? I'd be extremely thankful to you if you could feed me and provide me with medicine. Go ahead and take everything you might need. Thank you. Well, where's the medicine? It's not like a set piece in here, is it? Oh. It's real great, Lara. Just stellar stuff.
Dogs are howling. Why?
Good day, Lara. The governor believes it's... Good day, Daniel. I'm not offended at all. You don't have to say anything. Do you need my hand, my arm? Oh, well, I wanted to talk to you first. Where were you last night? I stayed in, just like you advised everyone to. I found out about the cathedral situation in my usual way, by listening to the shouting in the streets, and then my former milk lady, she's still alive, can you imagine that, knocked on my window and told me about my necklace. What necklace? I had antique jewelry. It was very dear to me, and not just me. Stomadin offered me 10,000 for it, a fortune back then, especially for an ordinary kamane tree necklace with dark metal lacework. I don't really think it was worth that much, although the carving was magical. The beads from this necklace were found at the cathedral. Are you crying? The beads were in their mouths. These poor unfortunates were muttering that Mara sprayed her tears over them. Others said they kissed them. The rest claimed that she offered them water. People called these beads Lara Reval's tears. Now everyone will think it's my doing. I'll dissuade them. Check my blood first. It's only fair. At least you won't have any doubts that I'm telling the truth then. Thank you, Lara. That's Lara's sample. Where could I find the changeling if she's on the map? On, Guess we'll find out about, her later. Until then, let's head over to the knots and deal with Anna, Angel, and Aspity. I mean, out of this whole selection, Aspity is certainly the most believable choice. She's a very strange and eccentric woman that, as the Bachelor, we really have no ties to. We owed her a favor. We did some... Yeah, she helped us on day one, and we owed her a favor. That's about the story with her, so far at least. Where do you think you're going? Fuck it! This town is a motherfucking mess. Grab your knives, everyone, I'm done. Seems like old taboos are as good as gone. Well, chow, motherfuckers. Every man for himself now. What are you talking about? What, are you blind? Going outside is like diving into flame now. You're lucky if you can hold for 3 minutes, from one door to another. If you start stabbing people, there'll be no mercy for you. I mean, you as a community. Heh, if there's ever been any. Why don't you shut up, Bachelor? Stay in! Everything is being delivered to you, both provisions and medicine. The sanitary train will arrive soon. Yeah, when pigs fly. Don't you talk back at me. Oh, bitch kid. Jeez. He had a potty mouth, too. Which, well, looking back at this Pathologic Let's Play, oh, that guy's just hurtling, Molotovs at small children. Nice. Fucking stellar. But I need to go talk to the children that you're trying to kill real quick. Sorry, sir. Nothing. I actually dodged the damage. Nice. I am unstoppable, and can you stop throwing plague clouds at me? Yeah, as the days go on, these plague clouds just grow more and more aggressive, tossing tons of them at you. I even heard one behind me. I didn't even get to see it. It also makes these bridges so much more dangerous. Anytime you try to cross over to an infected area, suddenly there's 3 clouds being shot at your face. Please don't take what I said out of context. I would appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, if you need to get food or medicine, I suggest that you... today's prices are really terrible, so... trading with guards... looting, the burnt-out houses would be good for medicine. Painkillers and antibiotics is being traded away by children. Just play it safe if you can. Hey, don't get bit by the stupid rats. Because they're getting really annoying. Great.
They say Inquisitors can do anything. Their power is unrestricted.
Ah, how I wish to give this place the laugh. The sooner the better. Anna, you are accused of what happened in the cathedral. It wasn't me, it's Clara, it was her. It's her all along. Even the Saburovs have acknowledged it. They're horrified, I've been told, torn apart between affection and duty. Katarina has torn her clothes to pieces, hair unstrung, wallowing naked at her husband's feet, lesbians, begging to spare her daughter. Clara. Oh. Are you by any chance reciting some monologue? It's hard to believe that Saburovs are capable of such fervent sense. They very much are. Katerina has only just turned thirsty. As for fervency, she has quite an exquisite temper, just so you know. Morphine in her head and passion in her blood. Oh, she's capable of many things. A demonic woman. That brings us smoothly to the most pressing matter. I need a sample of your blood. My blood? That's news. Do you think my blood is of different color and thus deserves your more careful scrutiny? Jesus Christ, Bachelor. Calm down. I'm waiting. Here, take it. I have nothing to be afraid of. I just don't like the sight of blood is all. Ouch. Does it have to be so painful? Why are you taking so much? I'm going to faint. You're trying to kill me, you butcher. But I'm not guilty. As for that, we'll wait and see. Perhaps until the autopsy. And that is Hana done. Now let's head back down to the crude sprawl. Although that is kind of ironic. The first outbreak took place in the crude sprawl, but the sprawl has been untouched thus far. The poorest people in town are the luckiest people such far. Although, with me saying it now, I can imagine that if I could stop stuttering, I can imagine that just saying that the crude sprawl will be infected tomorrow. It's not a given though. I actually had it on one playthrough as Clara where there actually was a district that never got touched by plague just by accident. So it can happen. It's just not likely. Or very plausible. Are you smelling of fish? No way, you're not supposed to eat fish, or catch it, or touch it. Neither can you eat bread or go outside. You're not supposed to do anything at all, and that includes breathing. So how are we supposed to live? Cleanse every object you get in contact with. Use antiseptics. Boil everything that can be boiled. Sure, should we boil air or annihilate it? Just try and stop roaming the streets. And also, I'm just starving for lemons and sugar. Yeah, you go do that, lady. Yeah, I'll take another rifle bolt. And Aspity, what do you have to hide? If anything at all.
Pins are sticking out of the pores of my skin.
I've started to miss you already. Aspity, you're accused of being a man-eater. I'll come for you soon. What is a Shapnak? It's an evil spirit wearing women's flesh over its bones. Shapnak can be detected by several distinct signs. Its arms are too long, all of its toes are the same length, and you can see teeth peeping out from under its skin. Yeah, thanks for the lesson. Oh, indeed. I'm always happy to help. Want me to help you catch the monster? You're failing at this anyway. Almost a week has passed, but people keep dying, and dying, and dying, and dying. Sure, go ahead. Where to start? Perhaps the examination of the suspects would help. Of course it will. Here's how it goes. You gather all the ladies that you find disconcerting at the cathedral. It won't be hard enough seeing it's empty now. You light up a huge fire at the entrance, then you make them strip naked and begin the very thorough examination, looking for the sharp protrusions from beneath the skin. You don't find any, of course. Then I have an alternative solution. How about we take a look at your blood? Blood is unnecessary. Look for the teeth. So do you want to hear the rest or not? Anyways, sooner or later, one of them will break, unable to endure it any longer, and make a dash for it in tears. Straight into the fire, of course. That's when her true nature will become apparent. She'll turn all black and she'll howl and wail. Fingers will become crooked. It's pretty obvious then that she's no human. Stop laughing at me. You are a laughingstock anyway, Doctor. And that's exactly what you're doing. Should be stripping them naked. Even that would allow you to catch a more faithful glimpse of reality than those lenses of yours. Tried and true. Or, oh, it just dawned on me. Perhaps this is it. Perhaps you're so angry because you don't get enough female attention. Enough. I'm only doing this all to protect you. Now let me take a look at your blood. I didn't know that Aspity, of all people, had a sense of humor. I don't quite appreciate it. But that is all of our suspects. What now? I guess we head back up and see, it's the Sobrovs to ask about Clara. Fair enough. I have a feeling that today's gonna be a fairly quick day. Or, well, as quick as it's gonna get for this game, honestly. I can't imagine there's any steps after finding Clara. We haven't even seen much of her. We saw her on the title screen, of course. She was on the stage play at the beginning of the game. But not much else. Quite a mysterious little girl. Also, quick save so we don't screw ourselves over. Hope you guys like the sound of the rain because, you're gonna be hearing that while I head down there. I'm officially fresh out of riveting commentary to speak about. Because, you know, I was so profound before. Profound and informative. This guy knows how to dissect the gameplay mechanics of the game that, well, gameplay isn't the most important thing in the world. What's really important is story. And the story is quite heavily philosophical and mimics a lot of literature. And those are subjects I am truly not good at. Not good at explaining, not good at interpreting. But I do love the story to this game. I can only comment what I have the confidence of explaining. Or at least pointing out. Talking about experience isn't bad. So I just realized Anna's home isn't boarded up like the rest. Guess the Bound don't terribly care about protecting themselves. There's also a ton of rats. Not birthday rats, but they're rats. Cake and ice cream. It's coming your way. Sidestepping plague like a true doctor.
They say hitting hard is a good enough start.
Don't be so quick to accuse Lara. I know how to find the carrier. How? Yesterday I got an opportunity to study the carrier's blood. I'll simply compare the samples. Then I will not hurry with accusations. Wait for me to return.
The Inquisitor will demand a report tomorrow. It is said you only need to uncover the source.
Is Clara with you? No, Bachelor, Clara is not with us. Too much evidence says that she is not who she pretends to be. It is possible that she is indeed Simon's murderer and spawn of the earth. We decided to banish her from our home and withdraw our protection from her. They told me she was like a daughter to you. Everything has changed. We have no daughter now. She is a murderer, a liar, and a thief. Everyone has renounced her. That silly half-wit Grace is the last person who still associates with her. Where can I find her? Her place is at the Bone Stake. I hope that soon enough everyone who seeks her will be able to find her there. I see. The thing is, Katerina sensed her inhumanity, but still we approached her as if we knew nothing of her secret. I trusted Clara. She seemed to me an emissary of some benevolent power, sent to assist us on disposing of this atrocious plague. Now you don't trust her? Supernatural powers do not distinguish from black and white. They do not share human views on good and evil. To the human eye, the border that separates earthly evil from earthly good is thin, and broken. That ancient logic is beyond our understanding. Then again, the reasoning of prehistoric hunters. Fine, have it your way. I'll study her blood. Where does one find her nowadays? Where it is most dangerous now. Wherever she is, she still believes that she is here on a loyal, holy quest to improve the order of things and help the doomed. Of that there is no doubt. I'll talk about this with Katerina. Come on, Katerina. I can prove your angel innocent. Just give me her location. Got a note. Sticky's note. I found the carrier of the disease. I've tracked the carrier down. Come at once while it's still relevant. Sticky. P.S. I went outside because they brought me yesterday's vaccine. Otherwise I wouldn't have left the room. I swear, sitting tight now. Alright. Catch up with them then.
It's so cold.
So, have you met the changeling already? What the hell? They threw you out and now you are here? Yes! Will you kill her? She's after you too, and about to get you. You only managed to avoid it until now due to a single little mistake. She who? The changeling. She's the spitting image of me. Only she's a ghost, a demon. She's not at all, not human in the slightest. A foul, evil killer, pretending to be me on purpose. I'm looking for her everywhere. It was she who brought the disease on purpose. What in the world are you talking about? Yes, she spreads the disease from house to house. That's how it gets through walls. People open their doors to her willingly. Those gullible children, they think it's me. I only found out today. People are attracted to her. They want her to lay a hand on their heart. They want to touch her. And who are you then? I am Clara, the instrument of the miraculous power that is beyond the realm of humans. They call me the Harbinger Angel. There is no such angel. How do you know? Who are you to speak of high heavens? You, the man, is stuck in the dimness of rebellious arts and the horrors of heretical teachings. Step away from me, Bachelor. By the power that's been bestowed upon me, step away. Oh, come on.
It's so cold.
I feel like I'm going mad. What did I do to deserve so much hate? So much hearts have been have taken me in already, but now... I beg your pardon, it's me who's going mad.
My patrons have abandoned me. I'm expelled from their very house. They'll pay for it.
Nobody has thoughts about her, I guess.
It is. My eyes look just like buttons, don't they?
I hope this changeling gets caught soon. A despicable creature, a product of the steppes' insanity, made of bones and clay. Who is standing there? The girl? That's not her. How could you think that? Don't you see? This is my foster daughter, Clara. That's the one I'm looking for. But she's not guilty, don't you know? She is a saint. She is helpful and kind. She heals people. She's already dragged more than 100 men out of their graves. And she was at the cathedral. It wasn't her. It was some changeling that walks around under the guise of our sweet girl. But we drove her out. She crept to the cemetery, the proper place for this creature. She nestles there, under the wing of the insane Grace. Our daughter can't stand her as well. I just need to take a sample of her blood. No, never. It'd be extremely impolite of us to besmirch her with suspicion. If we throw our distrust, offend the Grace that lives within her, she will lose her miraculous abilities. No, never. She will remain here on my responsibility. My spouse and I vouch for her. I declare this girl grounded. I assume the town hall and the governor's house are equally reliable in this respect. Undoubtedly. It was bitter sarcasm. Alright. Going to accept that there is a changeling. And just let this Clara go. If we do find another image of Clara, why not get blood samples from them both? Alright. Guess we can't force her to give us blood, as much as we wish. Might as well reload my weapons. So we're heading down to the graveyard. Hence, a lot more backtracking. Hello there, sir. Got any bandages? You have nothing. Great. So we know a little bit about this Grace character. She's fairly nice. I do wonder why Katarina doesn't like her, though. Katarina and the Changeling. She seems harmless, but it's always good to be wary.
The herb gatherers have performed their foul rite on the Raggy Barrel.
My head is splitting. Have you seen Clara? She's hiding in the infected part of town, most likely. Or maybe somewhere by the station. A terrible person is coming from the capital to execute her tomorrow. She wanted to hide between the carriages, and slip onto a train and leave. But didn't want to do it without saying goodbye to Murky and Sticky first. Grace, does Clara have a twin sister? Shabnakadir's made a habit of pretending to be Clara. She came to me once, talked to me. I didn't realize at first, and then I wondered, why was she so tall? So I looked down and saw it. She had no feet, just broken bones sticking out from her shoes. So scary. I was so short of breath I ran away. And she had such an evil scowl, laughing. And what did she say? Lots of things. She even mentioned you. Said she was looking for you. Said she wanted to lure you into a trap. To fool the doctor. Said the doctor's not so smart. That she fooled everyone. She's going to fool him too. Turn his needles into hooks so he won't prick her hands.
The grave.
Not a particularly handy lead, but if she's looking for me, maybe it isn't wrong to check up on Ava. So it's kind of like our canonical house. Sorry about the Skype sound. Set myself to do not disturb. I thought that would have made it not happen, but guess it's not that easy. RIP. For the same reason I always have a status when I'm recording these on Discord, and also I have Steam overlay disabled for this game, so people can't spam messages at me. As funny as I'm sure someone like Corey interrupting this game would be, it's just a bit inappropriate. And sometimes the occasional inappropriate moment is fine, like the extremely regrettable damn Daniel joke earlier. We can't let it, like, completely override the atmosphere of the game with shit posting and jokes. This game should be treated quite seriously, and I am. That's how I choose to approach it. Anyways, if you're wondering why I'm heading up here, I want to go check up on Sticky. Puts me into fire again, but possibly knows a carrier. I want to see. I just want to see what he thinks the carrier is. I highly doubt that a side quest is going to lead me to the true killer, but if it does, then good for me. Always worth checking out your leads. If they seem a bit too exhaustive to actually complete, just seeing them, seeing what NPCs have to say about things, is worth its own weight. I at least find it fun. I like the writing in this game. It's quite, it reminds me of old English literature. That's kind of what comes through my mind. And of course, the people that made this game consume a lot of literature. It's very clear. Again, it's a bit above my head, but I really appreciate the game nonetheless. Hello, Sticky. I haven't seen you since day 2.
Have you heard what happened at the cathedral? Holy cats!
I found the carrier. Track the carrier down. Go there at once, or you'll miss everything. Who is it? The Shabnak, the lucid-skinned ghost. I told you before. This is it. I'm sure it is. It's kind of bodiless, and it killed a man just by looking at him. We have to catch it. Where did it go? It's somewhere near the abattoir. I was going to run looking for you at once, but luckily I stumbled upon a courier. Right now it's probably heading east towards the rotten field. Alright, I'll go have a look at your ghost. Sure, why not? The thing from the steppe. Creatures skulking around the abattoir. And the rotten field should be down here. As this is the abattoir, and this seems most plausible for Sticky Out to have been skulking around. Right up by the side of the earth. So, let's go rub up against the termitary. But before that, I'm going to get this rat off me. Lovely. Now there's another rat. I don't like rats. So this tall... Yeah. So this big fucking thing, this big brutalist monster, is the termitary we've been hearing so much about. This game's superstructures are incredibly intimidating. It's the polyhedron on one side, the termitary on another, and soon we'll be able to see what the abattoir looks like from the outside. Please with the Skype calls. Really wish Do Not Disturb actually worked. If you're wondering why I use Skype, it's because we have an entire game dev thing up there. And, yeah. It's just what's most active for when I'm deving, so... Gonna keep Skype up for that, but aside from that, it's useless and outdated. So we're just gonna wander along the steppe. Wandering up against the polyhedron, fucking hell. The abattoir, this big mound of rock. The tunnel leading in. Should be the rotten field. It is certainly a fenced-off field. What's that in the distance? What do you want? Albino. Who are you? I was just searching for a body. I'm hungry, I'm tired. You don't need to hunt me. Are you really who you say you are? A steppe creature? Yes. What's your name? Where is the girl? Why didn't she come to take me to the other side? You mean Clara? Do not hunt me. Feel the skin of your face. You're dying already. Go away. I want to see the little one. Where is the kind girl? I can only assume that he wants to find Clara. I'll try and raise questions to someone about that thing, but the plague can't be stopped by shooting something with a bullet. I don't think that killing that thing is the right option. So I'm going to leave it be and hope I can tell somebody about it. Who knows, maybe we can apprehend it and make some vaccine out of it. Oh, so I think this place is called the Raggy Burrow. Which, one of the idle dialogues by some character today had. I think it was talking about, the steppe cultures, oh, the kin. Doing some kind of ritual over there. But they're gone now, so nothing we can do about that. For now, let's check the still water. See if our changeling is there. And if that winds up being the end of the quest, we'll probably talk to Sticky again, and then sleep up at Saburov's until 2200, so we can deal with this humpbacked man. Not a very eventful day. Didn't get very much out of it, but hopefully something comes of all this. Also, encountering the albino is fucking weird. But, hey, it's another force of the world. We don't blame the worms for existing, so I'm not going to blame the albino. Certainly, I'm going to keep my eyes on it, however. I'm gonna exactly get a good look at it because being near it drains your health. I was dying by standing near it. All I could tell is that it had a face of... certainly looked like synthetic material. I'd imagine it's only thematically fitting to say it's clay. But I can't say I saw bone. Yeah, the warehouses are infected as well. Nothing can escape the embrace of the plague. Just always there, always consuming. By the way, if you're curious, I'm actually recording this on Halloween night, where I was, because it turned 12 a bit ago, but, recorded on the 31st. And I started recording right when the children stopped screaming, because, I don't take part in festivities. I don't know, it's just never really had much of a charm to me. If anything, today is listen to children scream and bang on your walls day, or spam the absolute shit out of your doorbell, which is nothing more than obnoxious. I'm not gonna fault the children for being happy, though. I'll just fault the children for being annoying. Did I just hear whispering? Mysterious. Right. Yeah, I'm cutting through the step to avoid all of the extra backtracking. I don't even know if this is faster. Sometimes I just like to skip around all the plague and chaos to walk through the empty marshes of the steppes. At least it's peaceful around here. Peaceful in the way that there's absolutely nothing here, but it's peace. There's one of those yurts, so let's head upwards. Oh yeah, we really need to take a hard turn. Another one of those weird towers, and a bonfire. Oh, this is a great combo. 2 rats, a dying man, and an arsonist. So let's see. Is this changeling at our home? At Ava's? Yes, she is.
My hands are tired and my palms are tingling.
Hi, Doctor. Phew, so much. Hi, Clara.
It's not me, I swear. I'm all alone against the world, but it's not my fault.
Phew, so much as move, you little tramp. Were you looking for me? May I touch your forehead? No, stand still. Here's how it goes from here. I'll be asking and you'll be answering. Alright, ask away. But I know what it's about already. You've been told that it was I that had caused the deaths at the temple, right? That's not true. Take my word on this, will you? The only way to make me believe something is to provide tangible evidence. Give me your hand. Yes, of course. Right or left? Clara, hey, look at me here. Are you yourself aware of what you're being accused of? So this is true. Someone truly believes that I have brought this into the world. I was beginning to suspect. I don't believe in mysticism. I don't believe you to be a character of fearful pagan tales. But then, tell me about your past. Where did you come from? How did you make it through the steppe? Who was your father, your mother? Tell me, and I don't have to hand you over to the Inquisitor. You're right. The evidence is uncontrovertible. Every single fact about myself that I'm positive of speaks against me. I know that I can only exist in a dying world. I know that I have no plans in a world without a plague. I know that for sure. Does that mean that I am the plague? We'll find out in a moment. Oh yeah, the blood spilled onto the floor. Well, not spilled, it's just... yeah. Where's a...
Are you sure you're in good health?
Please don't talk creepy to me, lady. I'm gonna have to head upstairs and drop... oh, no, wait. Others... we don't need the combustible fluid. There. Now I have a microscope upstairs. Microscope. Whatever. We got this. This is Yulia's blood. Lyra's blood. Anna's blood. Aspidy's blood. And Clara's blood. There's nothing wrong. Is that really it? Everybody's safe. Well, two things. Let us return to Reuben, and then I guess we have to go dispel the rumors, steal Gimski's, and... oh wow, this is a double team of the century. WWE shit. Anyways. It's called a tag team, by the way, Linder. Anyways. I'm not sure where to go with this quest because I'm not getting anything for it. I checked them. Everybody's blood is the exact same, meaning it's normal. So I guess I have to go to the rulers and just say, hey, I checked their blood, nothing's wrong. It's all safe. Chant. Locate the cause of outbreak. Caught the bacteria. Subrub about it. Yeah. I don't see any other leads but to talk to them now. amazing combat. Stellar as usual. Rat. Eh. Yeah, I really was asking for that one. Alright, I've done pretty good today at avoiding plague. Give me that one, at least.
Hard.
Okay, maybe Sabirov, because he was the one that wanted the mass imprisonment. Just looking through these. I don't know. If it truly seems... Please. If I truly can't figure it out, I'll resort to a walk... Okay, this is going to hell. I'll resort to a walkthrough to see who I'm supposed to talk to next. Because usually it's quite clear, but here... I've checked the blood. Who do I turn the blood to? Anyways, first off, we should take these. Oh, that raises my exhaustion up there, so do that. Take some bandages, and I'm not gonna take the yellow pills because they hurt you for very little benefit. The blue pills hurt you less but give you even more immunity. Alright, the entrance to this district is a bit of a bitch. Wanna know why? Because you can't squeeze past these stairs. So I have to go around from the earth side, or from this little step part upwards. Which is just fantastic. Quick save. So yeah, since we do have a fair bit of time left in the day, let's try and go for Sabirov, then return to Sticky, then go to Reuben, then return back to Sabirov. Oh right, yeah, if we're gonna be heading up there to confront the Hump Man, we should go for Reuben first. That just makes the most sense. I don't know if Reuben has anything for us, but we might as well check in with him. And if neither of those work, then I don't know who to turn the blood into. We've done our test, we just have to confirm it with somebody. Oh yeah, the river is an invisible wall in this game. I forgot about that. Can trudge through the marshes, but not these ones. That's, of course, changed in Pathologic too, for the better. So now if a rat sees me, we can't duck into the warehouses because they're all locked up. So wish me luck. Yep, we got a rat in our ass. Which means if things get desperate, yeah, powerful. Nip into bad griefs to get this rat off me. It's now 1600. Day wasn't as quick as I thought it would
We'll
be.
have to part our ways soon, friend.
And so,
Remember me kindly.
my life has come to an end. What do you mean? Nothing, apart from what I am saying. Any crime warrants punishment, and what I did was a crime, regardless of what good intentions I may have had. Here, take the vaccine. I'm going to see George. It's suicide. I did what had to be done, but I won't spend the rest of my days trying not to look the Canes in the eye. Come on, take it. Why do you have my treasures? I won't need them anymore. Don't go, Reuben. If you care for my opinion at all, stay. I'll definitely need your help down the line.
Time is of the essence.
Oh, so he doesn't give us the vaccine. Yeah, that's not too far, actually. I'm willing to reload to get the quest moving. Sorry. There. So let's speed back. Oh, this is great. Had to use that shot. No getting around that one. So I got a good 1,000 from him. And crackers. Oh, yum crackers. Might as well eat a steak while we're here. Alright, give me the vaccine and go. I'll make sure to put out a good word for you. So we get a vaccine. This will increase our immunity to 100%, I believe. And I think it gives us a couple of hits before we become infected. I'm not entirely sure about that, though. That was just my impression when I originally got it. If you're really cheeky, though, you can just sell it. Not even test it. But I want to keep it on me. For now, though, because the two entrances are clogged up with plague clouds, I'm going to head down from the bottom of the earth right up to the top. 'Tis the nature of backtracking in this game. Forever walking. These plants are kind of nice. Not sure what they're supposed to be, but big, thick, padded marshland flora. Also cattails. Those are cute. Sure rains an awful lot in this town. I also never really acknowledged it, but this is a huge tree. This is a particularly thick tree for this town. Most of the little fall trees are quite twiggy and small, but that one's quite a beast. Just feel like pointing that out. Also, speaking of flora, these bushes which, for some contrived reason, prevent you from moving through them. And they're just kinda here to be annoying. Guys, let's return to Saburov. Mad Max had nothing for us, as usual. Thank you, sir. Don't toss a knife at me. Uh-oh.
I've got a firm hand.
Yeah, I have no idea who to turn this quest into, so it's time to consult a guide. So, the game is telling me to do something I've already done, which is to check, Clara's blood under the microscope, so I don't know why the quest isn't completed. So, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to head down to Ruben's laboratory, and let's check the blood. Maybe it's just failed for some reason. I don't know why it would, but things can get finicky, I suppose. Games do that. And I'll oblige by its rules, although it's giving me a bit of a headache now. Although the headache could be anything, honestly. I am prone to them.
It's like someone's pulling my strings.
I spoke to that creature of yours. It talked to me. Holy cats! And then what? Nothing much. It's amazing how I haven't turned gray with horror. The thing really was made of Shabnak knows what. See? And you said you didn't believe in Shabnak. So why didn't you kill it? I'm pretty sure it wasn't the carrier. It didn't even seem to have blood at all. The steppe creature slipped away. Somehow I got the feeling that meeting it would have changed nothing, one way or the other. And I feel the same way too. It's never that easy. You can't shoot the plague. So I'll be a good piggy for this game and walk all the way back to Ruben's laboratory, where I am going to make another cut because that's obnoxious. See you there! Just wanted to show this off, why I don't enter this— wow, that's a lot of guards. Why I don't enter the district from the side. Same issue. What a fascinating game this is. This game is so fucking good. Why am I here? Oh, I'm heading to Ruben's to use the microscope and hope to God this quest ends. I think I ran into an issue similar to this on my first playthrough. Let me try my first attempt at troubleshooting. How about we select Clara's blood first? No? Oh boy. Let's try dropping the blood on the ground. There. Pick it back up. Test it. That's not good. Alright, time to look it up on the internet. So it turned out my issue is even weirder. I'm supposed to talk to Clara to end the quest. Which is just great. So, yeah, I looked at the blood, but I guess I was... well, actually, I was looking for the right person to talk to about it. And it turns out it wasn't Sabirov, it wasn't... it wasn't Big Vlad, it was Clara I was supposed to return to. Alright, let's get this over with, game. I want to get on to day 7 now. Bit tired of this. We also have the humpback to do, which is another trip through the entire town. At least then I get to sleep. Nice. Miss. Miss. Get out of this hell. Hello, Clara with a K.
It's not me, I swear. I'm all alone against the world, but it's not my fault.
I've taken a look at your blood. It is the strangest blood I've ever seen, but it doesn't contain the thing I was looking for. Could I have lost this battle? I've molded over, and here's what I think. Hand me over to the Inquisitor. I'll have to talk to him anyway. You have every right to do that, don't you? Most importantly, you won't be making a mistake. Why? I've molded over, and people must be right. The key to this mystery, the key of the disease, must have something to do with me. Even if I'm not the cause, I'll help the Inquisitor get to the bottom of this. He'll find a way to extract the truth from me. Aren't you afraid? Whatever I do, I can't avoid meeting him, so why don't we just fix it so that it will be you turning me in? That'd be a great victory for you, wouldn't it? Or are you still frowning? And what would be the value of such a victory? The real foe has not been identified yet. Or do you expect me to behave like they do? To engage in wishful thinking, lie to everyone and to myself, like those who are in charge of our fate and who I despise so much? No, I refuse. There we go. The main quest is done. Something is wrong here. True, Clara's blood is indeed unusual, but is also clear of any infection. There is no plague carrier. The primary assumption proved incorrect. The cornerstone of my theory has crumbled. Failed to discover the source of the infection. I was unable to finalize the treatment methodology. What am I going to say to the Inquisitor tomorrow? Hope to not lose your head, buddy. And we don't need the blood anymore, so I'm gonna drop it on the ground. Let's make our trek back to Sabirov and get this final side quest done. Alright, I have to go confirm, or well, try to bail out, what's his name? Ruben to, I think, Yardgay. After that, we return to Sabirov. Take your revolver, bullet girl. Actually can't trade with her anymore, so I'll just head right up to Georgi.
Few people know death. We only endure it, usually from determination, and even from stupidity and custom.
I wanted to ask you about Ruben. What do you intend to do with him? Say what you will, Doctor, but I'll address the matter as I see fit. Ruben is going to give himself up to me of his own free will. Say your farewells. From now on, you are the only one able to save us. Have mercy on him.
However brilliant an action,
Great. That was, worth my time. Even if he did desecrate Simon, we still got vaccines out of all of this. I think Ruben should be spared all punishment. Although, of course, I don't know his full motivations. I don't even know why he took Simon in the first place. Perhaps that was his first idea. Maybe the flesh is necrotic and he can start a vaccine on that. And since Simon was the first real death of the plague, that was his first real chance at, you know, toying with the plague. Also, if he really was a man of vitality, perhaps there's something in his body worth looking at. But he hasn't said anything of such to me, so I do not know. It's all theory crafting. If someone makes a game theory joke in the comments section, I will personally ban them from my channel. Yes, I will take some monomycelium from you. Thank you. What do you have, little girl? Have any powders? No powders. Just the shitty little yellow things. What about you, boy? Shotgun shells. Do you have powders? You don't. And you don't have bandages. Oh well. Our exhaustion's almost at max, which means soon our health is going to be drained by it. But we're already close to Sabirov, so it's not that big of a deal. What time is it? 18:53. Boy, we're gonna have to make this quick. A dash between the Termitary back down to Vlad the Younger. Ugh. All within 2 hours. Game expects a lot from you. Oh, this kid's stocked up on ammo. Yeah, so I'll buy 2 rifle rounds and 2 pistol rounds. That's actually incredibly good timing there, kid. Thank you. There's combat all over this place. I remember when there was just no combat? When everybody was scared of a knife being thrusted into somebody? And now there's constant fist fights between men with knives! I got knife sniped. How far back are we? The game's trying to crash, but it always does that. Oh, cool. We've lost nothing, really. Might as well use that round to secure my health, I guess. Alright, let's sleep for 2 hours. Or 3. There. Seems right. By the time we get there, I left us 30 minutes, so that when we get over there, we'll have a little bit of extra time to run towards, Vlad the Younger. So until then, I'll be... Well, once 2200 hits, I'll head into a home to respawn, or just spawn in the Humpback and his men. If this encounter goes how I think it will, I don't think this will be a major problem for us. Although, it's still a risk. Can't escape taking risks. "10 minutes. Oh, gold ring. Might as well sell that while we have the time. That is the wrong entrance. This is it? Yeah. I'll sell you a gold ring and a razor. Thank you, sir. Do I need any more health? Yes, I do. 5 more minutes. Wait for the bell to toll. There. Head into the infected home. Run out. And let's get him. Fuck. Oh yeah, we need to use the rifle for this one because they're pretty damn accurate. At least in this space, it's just that tight. Along with them not moving around, So they're set up into a square grid with the humpback at the back. Humpback at the back. So I'm gonna try and abuse their low HP to get a pierce kill. Didn't work. Perhaps we can get it on the humpback? No, humpback lives. I got the humpback. Let me take cover. Switch to the pistol. Oh, they're moving now. There we go. He has a big fat thing of meat on him. Thank you for making this combat worthwhile. I'm a fucking killer. Oh. More meat. Alright. Encourage me to kill people, why don't you? That's that, though. News of the Hunchback's demise would please Vlad the Younger a great deal. He will have no trouble buying himself out of any sensitive questioning, but that said, he will have a face to judge before long, and a judge much less lenient than I. Whew. Alright, let's leave the or at least the outer termitary. That was a bit rougher than I expected. Thank Christ we had more ammunition. If we didn't, that would have been impossible. I would have had to just... Well, not impossible, but I wouldn't have gotten any loot out of it. I would have had to just snipe the hunchback from the distance and then run like hell. But with the extra ammo, I was able to clear out his whole group. And it's just the hunchback's head you need. Other people can be ignored if you want. But you don't get to loot big fat slabs of meat off of them. And to be quite honest, I like such food. But now we have to get back to Vlad the Younger within an hour and 30 minutes. Which we will do in relative silence. The plague is really trying to get me tonight. Just give me more flying piles of cloud. Just let me suck it all up. After this, we'll go to Ava's, talk to Ava, and then sleep. For only a little bit. Then we have to go to the theater and get another plague map, and then we'll finally be done with this. There's also an absolute fuck ton of muggers out tonight. Yeah, you do your job, guard. Run into that wall. I'm glad that I'm starting the bandit conga line. Alright, Vlad. Slather me with money.
Did you hear that? Did it come from inside the well? Or am I getting the jitters?
The hunchback is dead, Master Vlad. You're right. Without him, the arsonist didn't dare to act. You, our family shall never forget this, Doctor. It was a matter of honor. Here is our promised reward. Aside from that, Yelgimski's younger generation is forever in your debt. Very well. What's done is done. An extra 10,000. Nothing to sneeze at. It'll be even better if the prices tomorrow aren't shit. Now let's head to get some rest. We've been really pushing ourselves today. A long line of fetch questing. Hello, Ava.
Yes?
You know, I'm almost happy now, my dear Daniel. I found a way to help you. But hush, for now it's a secret. You have a peculiar look in your eye, Ava. As though you're not quite yourself. Have some sleep, you must be exhausted. Interesting. Interesting, Ava. I'm just gonna store this for fun. Now, let's sleep for 4 hours. There.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theatre.
How are my stats looking? Bad health. Pretty exhausted still, but it's a lot better. And so today, the Inquisitor arrives. It wasn't the man we were expecting to see. But that is for next time. Let's just say our work is only going to get harder from here. Anyways, let's head to Vlad to see where all the plague's headed out to. Looks like the mouth is infected again. Can't really make out the blood, but... yeah, I can see it. There's blood on the houses. It's the mouth again. What else is infected?
Who lives without folly? Aglaia was the one.
Alright. Square, the gut. Okay, the gut, the... something. The mouth, the hindquarters, and the crude sprawl. Like I said earlier, the crude sprawl could not escape infection. Alright then. Let us see our play, and we will end off this episode. Also, I'm gonna do some coffee because exhaustion is... We don't want to be exhausted next time. Our life is hard enough already. Fortunate though. No, this isn't fortunate at all. I was gonna say, fortunate that a lot of the plague is in the Earth District, because we don't have much to do there usually. But now a big solid chunk of knots is just a straight line of plague. And the 2 and 3 other areas are burnt out. Only 2 parts of the knots area is clean. Which is just fantabulous. I hope you like the contorted music that's playing, because that's all you're gonna be hearing for the longest time. Almost got me there, mate.
Someone could have ended up at that stake today. I was lucky to escape execution. Bachelor was noble enough to let me go.
Unbelievable. Sanpest is not a person. It's been proven. But who is the source? It's not the girl. That much is obvious.
You can escape everyone, even the Inquisitor's vengeful hand. But you can't escape yourself. The Earth Sister is breathing down your neck.
What shall we do?
It feels like the whole world is against me. I can't get this noose off. Is execution unavoidable?
Calm
Stop
down.
moaning.
You can remain a tool, or become a rebel. The choice is yours. Men struggle in nooses, but puppets walk free.
So next time, we will be on day 7, in which the Inquisitor has reached the town. It will further shake the game at its core. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.